Hi, next I am going to talk about aeration system. So the fourth component of aeration agitation system is aeration. So aeration is basically introduced into the fermenter by using devices called sparges. Sparges are devices to introduce air into the fermenter. So sparges came in different types: porous sparger, orifice sparger and nozzle sparger. Besides this, the composition of the air we are giving into the fermenter may also vary. Sometimes we may use the air, the usual air for the aeration, atmospheric air for the aeration, or we can increase the percentage of oxygen if we need it. If you are using atmospheric air, it will have only 21% of oxygen. So if there is a chance of foaming, or if you want to reduce the aeration amount of aeration, you can actually reduce the aeration amount of aeration required by increasing the oxygen percentage. Maybe you can increase the oxygen percentage from 21% to 30, 40 or 50. So if the oxygen percentage is increased, the amount of air required for aeration will be less. So number of air bubbles will be less, which will be actually reduce the foaming also. One other thing is that the air we are using for aeration need to be sterilized, and in the most of the cases we are using filters for sterilizing air which is used for the aeration. So we have different types of sparges to introduce air into the fermenter. So the most basic type of sparges is called the porous sparges. You might have seen this type of sparges in aquariums and all. They are mainly used in laboratory scale fermenters, and it is used to produce large amount of air bubbles. So it can be used in non-agitated vessels, and it is made of glass, ceramic or metal. So it has low air throughput, and in the long run it may get coagulated, blocked by due to the microbial growth. Microorganisms may grow and it will block the air flow. So it is not a good sparger for large scale fermenters, but in small scale fermenters, okay, it's a good one. Secondly, we have the orifice sparges. Orifice sparges are just like a long tube of metal tube with like holes of minimum 6 millimeter diameter in the bottom of the tubes. So air holes are typically placed under the surface of the tube. The minimum diameter of the hole is 6 millimeter, which is pretty big. It will minimize the pressure drop and clogging, because as the hole is high, the hole is bit bigger, the clogging chance of clogging is less. It is mostly used in combination with agitator, and most common use of the orifice sparges including single cell proteins, yeast production, effluent treatment, and it can be also used in fermenters without agitators. Next we have nozzle sparges. It is the most common in all scales. It has only single opening or partly closed pipe. Okay, unlike the other type of sparges which is able to produce a series of air bubbles, the nozzle sparges has only one entry. It looks like something like this. The air is like pumped into the fermenter just like a jet, and it has a single open or partly closed the opening, and through this opening air is coming out. It produces stream of air bubbles, and it is positioned just below the impeller, and pressure drop and clogging is very rare because it's only one like opening, and the air is pumped in a high pressure. The chance of clogging is really low, and it is the most common type of sparges used in bioprocess industry. And sometimes we use sparges agitator combination just like this. This is an agitator, and here you can see some holes, and when it is working you can see the air bubbles are coming out from the impeller portions. Okay, so it is a combined aeration agitation system. Thank you so much for listening.